The next day, I filed for full ownership of the business under grounds of abandonment, misuse of assets, and verbal assault within a domestic partnership. Amaka helped me gather every receipt, every email, every document, even the texts where he admitted to giving money to other women from our joint account. When the papers were served, Damien exploded. "How dare you take the business from me? I built it." "No," I said calmly. "I ran it while you entertained side chicks and beat your chest at lavish clubs." He tried to fight it in court. But when the judge saw the numbers, the texts, the video from the night he got kicked out, and the title deed to the house, the courtroom fell silent. And the judge said the words that made Damien slump in his seat as if someone had slapped him with reality. "Mr. Vance, it appears the house, the business, and even the funds in dispute are all under your ex-wife's legal control. This court sees no evidence that you contributed in any documented way. Your request is denied." Damien's jaw dropped. The new woman sitting behind him looked away. And me? I sat with my legs crossed and didn't even blink, because the best revenge isn't loud. It's paperwork. But just when I thought the storm was over, a stranger approached me in the courthouse hallway after the hearing. She was tall, with dark lipstick and a calm voice. "You don't know me," she said. "But I'm one of the other women he lied to. And I think we need to talk." The web unraveled. "I think we need to talk." Her voice was calm. Too calm. We stood in the courthouse hallway, her dark lipstick sharp against her light brown skin, her eyes unblinking as she looked directly at me. She didn't look angry. Not exactly. She looked resolved, like someone who had been holding something in for too long. I glanced at Amaka, my lawyer. She raised an eyebrow but said nothing. "Talk about what?" I asked. She stepped closer. "About Damien, and the lies he told both of us." I let out a breath and motioned toward the coffee shop across the street. 10 minutes, I said. "Let's hear it." We sat in a corner booth. She didn't waste time. "My name's Anya. I was seeing Damien for over a year. He told me you were separated. Said you were emotionally unstable. He said the business was failing because of your spending." I almost laughed. "He always did project his sins onto others." Anya nodded. "He promised we'd start fresh. He said he was moving into his own apartment soon. I didn't know about the barbecue day. I didn't know you were still married. Did you know he was draining our joint account to fund your dates?" I asked calmly. She blinked. "No. Did you know he tried to use company money to rent a luxury penthouse in Caspa City?" Anya's mouth parted slightly. "No, I only knew he was throwing a lot of cash around." "Well," I said, "it wasn't his cash." Anya looked down at her cup. "I didn't come here to defend him. I came because he's doing the same thing again." My brows lifted. "To who?" She reached into her purse and handed me a folded piece of paper. "Her name is Bianca. I met her by accident. She thought she was the only one. Turns out he's juggling 3 of us at once. And now he's talking about starting another company." I opened the paper. It was a printout of chat screenshots, messages between Damien and Bianca. He was promising to register a business in her name. He said he wanted to start over. Said I was crazy and controlling. Typical. "So, what do you want from me?" I asked, my voice steady. "I want to help you take him down," Anya said. I stared at her. Her hands were folded neatly in front of her. No dramatic gestures, no fake tears, just a quiet, focused rage, the kind I had once swallowed for years. "What's in it for you?" I asked. She smiled faintly. "Peace. The empire crumbles." That evening, I took Anya up on her offer. She gave me access to her chat logs, her receipts, her voice memos. She even had a recording of Damien bragging to his friend about how easy it was to scam emotional women. I handed everything over to Amaka. "We're building a profile now," she said. "This isn't just petty revenge anymore. This is a fraud pattern." I was finally seeing the bigger picture. Damien didn't just betray me. He had a system, a lifestyle based on lies, manipulation, and draining the women who believed in him. And it was time to expose it all. A week later, Amaka filed for an emergency injunction that would freeze any new businesses opened in Damien's name pending investigation. He was served the papers at his gym, the same gym where he used to laugh with his boys and show off his new sneakers, bought with my money. Now the same boys were whispering about him. The whispers turned into group chats, and then the post started circulating. "Is this your king? He was driving her car. She built the company, and he still cheated. Karma wears heels this year." Damien tried to push back with a post of his own, a blurry video of him sitting in a hotel lobby trying to look composed. "I just want peace," he said. "I'm not perfect, but I've always tried to do right." But the comments didn't buy it. "You kicked her in public, remember? You moved your side chick into her house. This ain't about peace. This about you losing control." The court date for the full business ownership ruling was set. But while the legal battle loomed, I had one more thing to do. I reached out to Bianca, the current woman. She didn't answer my first message. But 2 days later, she replied, "Can we talk?" I met her in a busy restaurant. She looked tired, worn. "He told me you were dangerous," she said quietly. "He said you were trying to ruin him out of jealousy." "I'm not trying," I said. "I already have." Bianca blinked. He said the business was in his name." I took out a copy of the title documents right there at the table. "I own it. I built it. And he never expected me to fight back." She nodded slowly. "He told me we'd move to Atlantis Bay. Said we'd start a skincare brand." I gave her a tired smile. "Did he ask for an investment yet?" Her eyes filled with tears. "Just last week. I slid her a card. My lawyer's name is on there. If you need protection, she'll help you. Don't let him turn you into another Anya or me." She wiped her eyes and whispered, "Thank you." That night, I sat alone on my porch. The house was quiet. No yelling, no footsteps stomping through the hallway. Just me, my breath, and the soft, healing silence of peace. But as I got up to go inside, my phone vibrated again, a message from a blocked number. "You think you've won, but you haven't seen the last of me." I stared at the screen, and then I smiled, because Damien still didn't understand one thing. This wasn't about winning. It was about taking back everything he thought I couldn't live without. And now he was the one standing outside the gates, watching it all slip away. I didn't know what was louder, Damien banging on the gate like a madman, or my own heartbeat as I watched him from the upstairs window. He was drenched in sweat, hair disheveled, wrinkled clothes that screamed he hadn't slept. His expensive watch no longer glistened with pride, just desperation. He had finally realized it. He had nothing left. And me? I was sipping tea in the bedroom I once begged him not to lock me out of. "Open this gate. You hear me? Open it," he roared. But the new security guard, Alma, just stood firm. I'd hired him the same morning the locks were changed. Tall, trained, paid on time, loyal to me, not Damien. I turned away from the window, heart pounding but steady. This was only the beginning. I had frozen his bank accounts, emptied his wardrobe from the main house, removed his name from the exclusive club membership, and changed all access codes. Damien wasn't just locked out of the house. He was locked out of the life he used to mock me from. 3 days earlier, I had met with my lawyer in secret, Mr. Alani Tokunbo. A calm, older man dressed always in navy suits. He had handled my parents' estate before they passed, and he was now handling my escape. You understand this is war, right? He asked as he slid documents across the desk. I nodded slowly, lips trembling. He slapped me, humiliated me in public, locked me outside like a dog, took my money and gave it to his girlfriend. If this isn't war, I don't know what is. He didn't smile. He just handed me the power of attorney forms and a property reclaim affidavit. You own everything. The house is under your maiden name, not his. The joint account can be frozen with a statement of financial abuse. And his company account, well, he registered it using your capital. It's technically yours. I swallowed hard. I don't want revenge. I just want him to feel what I felt. But that was only partly true, because deep down, I wanted him to break. I hired movers that night. Damien was at one of his boys' hangouts, likely bragging about how he had finally tamed me. He had no idea that while he sipped beer and laughed, his tailored suits were being tossed into trash bags. By morning, the house had been reset. New locks, new codes, new staff. Everything the mistress had ever touched, burned in a private backyard fire. The bedroom sheets, the wine glasses, the old pillow she slept on when I was away, all turned to ash. Damien showed up the next day, laughing until he wasn't. Why are you being stupid, Elara? He shouted at the gate, his voice cracking from the sun and rage. Come outside. Let's settle this like adults. I am an adult, I said from the balcony, arms folded. You're the child who thought I wouldn't find my backbone. He scoffed. You think this will last? I'll go to the police. I'll go to the press. Go ahead, I said. Just know before you do, I've already filed a restraining order. And your side chick's car, that luxury sedan you registered under my company, it's gone. He froze. You're bluffing. I tossed a document down to him. It landed at his feet with the kind of slap that echoed louder than any insult. He picked it up and turned pale. It was a court order. His access revoked, his shares frozen, his name erased. His friends, two of them standing across the street, laughing quietly, began to back away. He was no longer their king. He was now a homeless man in designer shoes. That night, I finally cried. Not from sadness, but from freedom. I lay in my bed staring at the ceiling, imagining the cold floor Damien would sleep on that night. I imagined the mistress texting him and getting no reply because his phone line had been disconnected.